right. This is a fantastic film. It's entertaining, it's wild, it's crazy, and you got the best clip. You know, I had another clip in mind, not half as good as your clip. This is why I got you working for me. You do a great job with these clips and a great job behind the scenes. The audience doesn't know all the work that you do. You really do a great job. Appreciate you, Marvin. Let's do it. Good afternoon. I'm Steve S. Walters reporting for Breaking News 500 here in beautiful Vero Beach, Florida. Today's topic is the film Duel. But before we get on to Duel, if you haven't subscribed, folks, take a second and subscribe. And for all our loyal subscribers, we want to thank you so much. You're the backbone of Breaking News 500. Now, without further ado, let's get on to Duel. Duel was released in 1971, directed by Steven Spielberg. Now, this was Steven Spielberg's first full-feature directorial debut for a television movie. And the movie did so well, it was later released on an international theatrical release, and it really took off from there. And it led to his career going skyrocketing, where he did Jaws and E.T. and other films. Now, this film stars Dennis Weaver and Jacqueline Scott. And the basic story is this. Dennis Weaver plays the part of David Mann. And he's a traveling salesman that lives in L.A. And he's going out of L.A. out into the desert area to meet a client. And while he's on those lonely roads out there, he's driving along and there's this big tanker truck in front of him driving super slow, and he's going with this truck driver, and he's trying to get around him. So he decides, well, I'm going to pass this guy. So he passes him, not realizing that this truck driver is a psychopath, that somehow he offended this truck driver. Now this truck driver is out to get him, to terrorize him and possibly kill him. This is crazy, all from passing him on the road. Well, we've got a clip where David Mann is starting to get terrorized by this truck driver, and this is a wild clip, and you can thank Marvin for it. He did a great job in picking out this clip. Are you ready, folks? Of course you're ready. Marvin, you're ready. He's ready, folks. All right, Marvin, roll the clip. Oh, you're back. What do you think about that clip? Whoo! Was that wild? Was that crazy? How would you handle it? I mean, there's only really two things you could do, I think, in that situation. You could do like he was doing, be braking, trying to keep that car from being pushed into the train, or you could bail out and then deal with that truck driver. But it's happening so quick, it's happening so fast, how do you handle it? And why is this happening? This is crazy. What a great scene. Now, he survived that. And now his nightmare begins. Now, the writer, Richard Matheson, he was inspired by his own experience with the tailgating truck driver that happened to him on November 2nd, 1963, the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated. But his truck driver wasn't quite as wild or psychopathic as this guy. Now, they filmed this whole movie in 13 days, which is unheard of. But the reason they got it done so quickly was it was kind of just about the two vehicles and these two guys. There wasn't a lot of dialogue in this film, so that saved them a lot of work. And they used a handheld camera for a lot of the shots and filming the scenes, so that saved a lot of time and crew and what have you. And then on top of all that, they did some point of view groundbreaking shots where they were shooting out of the truck and out of the car, where they were showing the driver's point of view, which was kind of groundbreaking at that time. So they got it filmed in a very short period of time. Now, the truck they used in the film was a 1955 Peterbilt 281 tanker truck. And Peterbilt trucks were the sponsor of the movie. Now, the truck driver was played by Corey Laughlin. He's a stunt driver. And he went up to Steven Spielberg and he said, Mr. Spielberg, what's my motivation? What's my motivation to terrorize this guy? And Steven Spielberg just looks at him and says, well, basically, you're just a dirty, rotten son of a bitch. And he looks at Steven Spielberg and he says, kid, you hired the right man. I thought that was pretty good. And also in this film, I don't know if you noticed watching the film, when you watch the film, in the front of the tanker truck, the bumper had license plates on there from different states. Well, those license plates that were on there were like to signify the fact that this guy's a serial killer, that he's done this before. Those license plates were like trophies to him of other people that he killed in vehicles he took the license plates off of. Very interesting. I never caught that. I don't think too many people caught that, but I thought that was very interesting. Now, we didn't get any awards in this film, but we've got user reviews. Not critic reviews, user reviews. The general public. What does the general public think? You and I about this film. So I got to put my glasses on. I'm going to give you 3 great user reviews. Marvin, you know what I'm going to ask for? Are you ready? You ready? Drum roll, please. Thank you, Marvin. All right, folks, user reviews. Our first review is, the guy says, the idea of a motorist getting terrorized on the highway feels like it's been done to death over the last 4 decades. But I'll be damned if Duel doesn't have a fresh feel. What's really impressive here is that this big rig has such an evil personality. Even more impressive is that this thriller was made for TV. Now another guy says, or lady, a genius is born. Well, this is probably a guy. But he says, a genius is born. In the 70s in Rio de Janeiro, most of my teenager friends, like me, watched this impressive movie by new promising director Steven Spielberg. On the beach, in the schools, in the bars, everywhere in Rio, people were talking about this film about a crazy truck driver that chases a man through the desert. And our last review is, this is just about a road and 2 vehicles. But Steven Spielberg is a genius who made this simple story a thrilling journey to watch. I thought they were all pretty interesting takes on this film. And it is a thrilling journey, and it's a great film. You can see it on Amazon, Prime Video, YouTube, and I'm sure a few other places. Now put down in your comments what you think about this film. What was your favorite scene? How'd you like the ending? I'm not going to talk about the ending. I think the ending was great. Another great ending for this film. But what do you think about it? How would have you handled that situation if you were in the car and this truck driver was after you? I'd like to hear your points of view on this. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this look back on the 1971 film Duel. I'm Steve S.H. Walters for Breaking News 500. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.